Welcome to The Good Ride, where we've been gear whoring semi-responsibly for over 10 years. Like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. This is the Alloy Outkome. It is a board I've ridden for a couple years now. Before, it was directional camber with some early rise before the nose, camber to the tail. This year it seems to be mostly camber. So it kind of changed up a little bit. I rode this in some with Union Strata and Adidas Tactical ADVs. Got up in some pretty wet, thick, kind of creamy, semi-dreamy powder, you know, about 4 to 6 inches, all depending on where you went. But, you know, that was the conditions we had in the time we had this board. Didn't really get any groomers. But sizing-wise, this 156 feels like it fits my size 9 boots really well, but not really my 185 pounds. I felt like I was given, this board was given all she got to hold me underneath her. I think a 59 would be just right for me. So there you have it with sizing. I think they only make a 53 and 56, so keep it under size 10 boots and stay on the lighter side. It's a Korean company, so it's spec'd more for Korean riders than US riders. Now, the camber profile, it's just pretty much full camber from what I've seen, from what I see laying it on the table. And on snow, that translates to a more technical ride. It doesn't skid at turns quite as easy as it did last year when it had a little early rise. And then it has that locked in kind of technical ride, more for that advanced to expert rider, but it really tracks well in, you know, in flat, long flat cat tracks, long flat runs. It one foot's well off the chair, and it has a cool, locked in, quick, drivey feel for those who, you know, like that full camber thing. Now let's give her a flex. You can see there's a lot of give. Here, let's do it this way again. In the nose and tail, and a lot less in the middle. And I like that because it gives the board a lot more butterability. There we go. There we go. A lot more butterability for its camber profile. I was surprised at how well I could butter this. It definitely took a little bit of effort, but I could do it. Then with ollies, it popped really well. It had good spring, and it was very easy to generate your own air, and I really liked that. Now speed. With the softer tip and tail, this isn't going to be like your bomber, but the base has really good glide. Really good glide to it, and it was really good on keeping its speed in flat areas, which we have, you know, a few here at Mount Bachelor. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Now, uneven terrain, I really liked weaving in and out of bumps. Didn't like as much powering over them, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. And then when it came to edge hold, they have a slight disruption in the side cut from, you know, from Nidecker called Ultimate Traction that does a really good job in hard to even borderline icy snow. That combined with camber really has good grip, and all their boards have that. And I really like that because it doesn't grab in soft snow and grips well in hard snow. Turn initiation, very fast edge to edge, especially with my weight. I'm just jamming this thing back and forth. But it also is kind of narrow in the waist. It's more old school, traditional directional twin kind of thing going for you. So, you know, very quick edge to edge, especially if you're come off like batter boards that a lot of people ride these days. And then just turning and carving, really didn't get to light this thing up on some clean groomers like I wanted to. Just the conditions we had were all messy, so the verdict's kind of out on that, but I know based on last year, The Outkome was fun to carve. Now it feels like it's a little closer to the Sniper when it comes to turning and carving power. Powder, this is where it drops. It's not a great powder board anymore, where before it was a nice balanced kind of all conditioned ride. Now it kind of really shines in the non-powder category. I felt some rear leg burn even today in, you know, some of those places. And I forgot how hard camber was to ride in, you know, these days. After going through all these hybrid shapes, it's gotten me soft. Forgot how much back leg work you need to do to keep that thing going. Switch, very doable, pretty easy. Not perfect, but pretty close. And then park, you know, yeah, this is like a fun board for somebody like me who doesn't want to, you know, who's trying to push it. Maybe almost too technical for me for pipe, because I'm not a strong pipe rider. I'm not a strong guy in the park, but you can tell this can hit a kicker. This got pretty good air around the mountain, just hitting small little natural features as I rode along. It really popped. It approached well and popped well. I'd say the Quang key was a little better for that because it just felt a little more stable on its approach. Had a bigger, more stable platform underfoot. The Alloy Sniper, I think, is a little more technical, but they're close. So overall, I think this could be a good board as long as you don't see a lot of powder, but you can set it back and get a little directional float. So there you have it. That is the Alloy Outkome.